Okay, so I'm high-key stupid, but I'm also fucking lazy. I'm not going to try and edit this shit. What I've done, as you can probably see, is I've split this into 2 videos. So this is a continuation from the video before. Summary. I watched Jujutsu Kaisen today. And there's 2 parts to that. First of all, procrastination. I hate the fact that I procrastinate. It's something I've been wanting to watch since the summer. It's December today. So, taken me 6 months. Second part, when I went to watch it after dinner, my mum was in the room on the sofa, just about like sat there, and it's the idea of me being overly self-aware. The reason why this has gotten too is because I heard my dad get out of his room because both my parents are home, but he was in his room watching some shit on his laptop with sound cancelling headphones, so he wouldn't be able to hear me. But he went out of his room and he went down the stairs, which is just next to my door, so he could definitely hear me. So I paused the video, then I closed it because I'm stupid, so I've split this into 2 parts. But this perfectly proves my thing, right? As I mentioned, okay, do watch the previous part. This is a continuation. Like, it's been 2 minutes, so same train of thought. Only child. So the only people in my household, my parents. I'm both proud and embarrassed to say I have a healthy relationship with my parents, right? Like, I say, okay, proud because that's a good thing. Embarrassed because, well, why the fuck am I so problematic then if I have good home life? I don't know. Where's your sword? I don't know. Like, why do I have problems then? Come on, that's your fault. So it's a shame that I can't blame my problems on other people. Which is why I'm embarrassed, quotes, embarrassed I have a healthy relationship with my parents. My parents, they have their own problems. I've seen them argue a bunch as a child growing up, and they have anger management issues, to be quite honest. But I'm fine with that. That's like, they're people in of their own right. Just because they have a child doesn't mean they have to be perfect. So I'm not going to be like, oh no, my parents throw shit when they get angry. How dare they? Therefore, I'm traumatized. Like, maybe I am traumatized, but that's not what I want to talk about. My problem is the fact that they're people means they have imperfections, such as they're judgmental. And it gets to me way too fucking much. Right, I had this a bunch when I was younger, and it's really, I think why I wanted to talk about this is because of how deeply ingrained it is in me, where if I look to the side, it's because my parents might be watching. Let me just set something up so I can say I'm playing with my friends. But okay, so I'm back like on the bed. So it's really deeply ingrained within me, which is a problem from a young age. That sounds so generic and cliche, I'm sure, but like, it can't be good. So for some concrete examples, like, we have a TV in the living room. Who would have guessed? And there'd be times where I'm watching stuff, and then my parents come in and they sit there fine, but then I feel, no, they make offhanded comments and jokes which make me feel bad for watching the stuff that I'm watching, even if it shows that I want to watch. For example, The Dragon Prince, I think it was. There are probably other things as well from even younger ages, but I was like, I can probably check, like 13 or so when I was watching part 3. It's a great TV show, I do like it. But I remember watching it on the TV, and definitely one of my parents came in and offhandedly said, oh, why are you watching a kid's show? And it's like, fuck off, I like the show, come on. Another example is, I can't have been that old, so year 5, 6, yeah, not even year 7. So that would be, for people who aren't in the UK, like 12? No, even younger actually, because this was well before COVID. Like I was 9, 10, right? I love How to Train Your Dragon, both the book series and the cinematic stuff. Over there on the on my bookshelf, I have the entire book series. Fucking goated. It is low-key better than the cinematic universe with the TV shows and the movies. Every time I just do that. I'm just trying to figure out if my dad's outside and listening, but okay. So I really like the show as well. That's, you know, a TV show. You watch it on the TV. And I was young, so my parents didn't really care. They knew I was watching kids shows because I was a kid. So they would come in and sit on the living room while I was there. Fine. So they knew what I was watching. Also fine. However, they're judgmental, but not incredibly so. No, they are. Because they also, my parents, especially my mum, will make judgments of other people, which I hear, and I think part of me just notes the judgment and then somehow keeps it inside, if that makes sense. But this is a great example. On Netflix, Race to the Edge, 6 seasons. Fucking amazing. Yeah. So I was watching, like, I think I was on season 4 or something and watching it on the TV, fine, at some point, and I was like only 9 or 10. And my parents said, oh, you're watching this kid shows, you're watching this kid show shit. And it's like, but like, I want to watch it. I like the show. Why are you making fun of me and joking about it when I just want to watch the show that I want to watch? And so, like, parents are supposed to be a safe place, I guess. And like, I do trust them emotionally, but like, for that reason, I'm rather self-conscious with my parents about what I'm watching, which is why I started using headphones. I realized I can do this, like headphones, earphones, so I can watch something and they can't hear it, regardless of whether they're just walking past or whether they are sitting next to me, because I used to turn down the volume when they walked past so they wouldn't hear stuff, so they wouldn't judge. And that's, I don't know, I mean, I don't want to like victimize myself, that's a bitch move, whatever, but it's not a good thing. The fact that my parents are one part of it. I am overall incredibly self-aware, self-aware is fine. Overly self-judgmental, that's the problem. And that's part of the reason, I think, why I have social anxiety and don't talk to new people too much. That is also something I should talk about, actually. An open day type of thing I had. I don't know. I don't know how to word this properly with conveying the sense that I want to convey. But my mum was just sat next to me and I just felt awkward watching a show that I was watching. Like, why? Paused because my dad came upstairs, but that's the sentiment I want to discuss. Wait. Never mind. This is probably going to look really bad to watch. I think my dad's gone to bed, but that's the sentiment I want to discuss, right? Like, I shouldn't have to feel like I'm being judged. Like, I was watching it and my mum was sat next to me and I was glimpsing over, seeing her face, because she was very much watching it, but she couldn't hear it, so she can't make, how much fun she can make of me for watching that is limited, thankfully. But hopefully I overcome this to a greater degree, right? Like, before, a few years back, I think if I'd realised, oh, my mum is going to be in this room while I'm watching this anime, I would have just said, oh no, it's fine, I'll watch it later, and just left and not watched it while she was in the room. So I think I am becoming slightly better at this, but I hope I become better, which is what I want to discuss. Like, my parents are allowed to be themselves, they're allowed to make jokes, but I shouldn't have to feel like I'm being judged. I shouldn't feel like I should be allowed to express myself, to feel like myself, and sometimes I don't have that. I don't know. But thank you for watching this really shitty, low quality, so I don't know how to describe it, but this low quality personal video. Bye. See you.